Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Nimble training webinar. Today we'll go through the entire application, and again, feel free to drop your questions in the questions box at any time, and we will get to them at the end of the session. So before we get started, let's spend a few minutes discussing what Nimble is. Nimble is an easy-to-use CRM that works for you in Office 365, G Suite, and everywhere else you work. It automatically combines your contacts, communication histories, email inboxes, and calendar appointments. It also integrates with social media and with almost 200 different SaaS applications. So before we get totally started, we also have a couple other training webinars coming up. We will not have one next week because I will not be in office, well, virtual office. So the next one will be in 2 weeks, and it'll be another general Nimble overview. And then after that, we'll have a presentation on contact segmentation, group messaging, and custom fields. And then in late October, we will do another general Nimble overview. So let's get into the app itself. So here we are on Nimble's Today page. This page was designed to allow you to completely customize it to your specific needs and the role you play in your company. Before the Today page starts populating with data, you have to make sure that you've connected everything you need into Nimble. So let's first start in the Networks and Import screen, which you can access right here. Oh, sorry about that. I just updated the app, so. Hey, Sergey.
Yes.
It's not letting me log in. Is it because I just updated it?
Try to refresh the page. Yeah. Like it's working.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, a little bit of a hiccup because I just updated it this morning. Okay, so first you would make sure that your email account is connected to Nimble. Nimble supports all email providers as long as they're IMAP. So if you're using Office 365, we have some great news for you because connecting your email, calendars, and even importing your contacts can be done with only one click. If you're interested in connecting both your email and calendars and also importing your contacts, you would simply leave all of the options checked and clicked on the Connect Office 365 button. You will then be asked to log in your Office 365 account, and then you can pick the contacts you want to import from your Outlook. Please always remember to apply a tag to any contact imports to ensure that both you and all your other users know who imported what contacts and from where. So if you're using Gmail, connecting is also very easy. The only difference is that you'll have to scroll a bit down to also be able to connect your Google Calendar. And then if you're using any other IMAP type emails, you would just select the IMAP option here after clicking on the Connect Email Accounts button. So Nimble currently only directly integrates with Twitter. So you can access your social networks here, which means that after you connect your Twitter account into Nimble, you'll be able to see the entire history of the conversation you've had with your prospects and customers on Twitter directly inside your Nimble account, together with your email conversations. So Facebook, together with Instagram and LinkedIn, made the business decision a few years ago to close their APIs, so we are currently not able to directly integrate with them. We do still make it possible for you to use Nimble in all your favorite social networks via our browser extension, which is called Nimble Prospector, and I'll be previewing that later today. It's possible to import your LinkedIn connections into Nimble by downloading them from your LinkedIn account and then using our CSV import to bring them into Nimble. Again, always having to make sure that you and your team are applying tags to all your contact imports. If you want to make sure that your LinkedIn contacts are always up to date in your Nimble accounts, you can either run this export and import periodically, or you can use Prospector to bring them in as you add them to your LinkedIn network. Note that Nimble will always automatically merge all duplicates if they have the same email address. So we already covered that you can import contacts into Nimble from a CSV file. So you could do that here. Yes. So to do that, you would either first make sure that all the column names are corresponding to the fields that we have in Nimble, or you can manually map them upon import. If you're transitioning from a different CRM or importing contacts from LinkedIn, it's very likely that we already know what the original file looks like, and we'll give you the option to select from our saved mappings to save you time on mapping the fields manually. So let's go back to the contact and import, networks and imports page. Another way to get your contacts into Nimble is by using our integration with PySync. So when you click show more, it'll show you all the apps that we integrate with. PySync is a company that specializes in bidirectional data synchronization, and they offer a free 14-day trial to all of our users. During the trial, you can import as many contacts as you want into Nimble, and after the trial expires, if you sync less than 2,000 contacts per month per account, you can enjoy using this integration for free. If you need to sync more than that, there would be a charge associated with it. So you can go to the PySync pricing page, and Nadia, if you could drop a link to that in the chat box, that would be great. And you can get a price estimate of what that would look like for your team, and this charge would be on top of your Nimble subscription. So now that your email and calendars are connected and your contacts have been imported, the Today page will be populated with valuable business information. The Today page is completely customizable, and you and everybody else on your company can pick what widgets they want to see. The widgets can be moved around, so you can either click the Manage Widget button, and then you can drag and drop them in the order that you want to see them in, or you can click the 3 dots that are on top of each widget, and you can move them that way or hide them as well. So you have the ability to move them around, so the ones that are most important to you are at the top. So let's talk about each of these. The Deals widget is where you can check the status of your deals and your overall pipeline while taking progressive action directly from your dashboard. So you can click on a deal to access engagement history and current insights on the key contacts associated with the deal right here. You can also update deal statuses, add notes to existing deals, or you can create a new one from the widget. So the Stage Funnel widget allows you to track your sales funnel, monitor your active prospects, deals, and opportunities at each stage, and see a quick overview of your stages to know where you need to focus your goals. So the Pipeline Chart widget right here shows all of your deals organized by date. The color coding on each bar gives you a visual of the amount for the deals you're managing by the stage they're in for that month. The Task widget will help you follow through on all your to-dos, so you can see all your open tasks, you can see upcoming, overdue, completed, important, as well as your team's tasks. The Events widget will allow you to review your meetings for the day. You can select from the drop-down menu here to either see all the calendars that you've connected to Nimble or select only your personal calendar. The Signals widget right here would be where you would see your how your prospects and customers are interacting with you on Twitter, and I don't really use Twitter, so I don't have any signals. So the Highlighted Contacts widget will give you the option to see important contacts based on the parameters you've set, such as title, location, company, or interest. And to personalize suggestions for your highlighted contacts, you can edit the search criteria within contact keywords in your Nimble settings. Nimble will search these keywords in the social and contact bio for your contacts to surface relevant people for you to connect with. So you would do that by going to Settings and going to Highlighted Contacts, and then you can edit the keywords from there. So let's go to the Contacts page now that we've covered the main widgets on the Today page. The Contacts page will probably be the one you'll be using the most. So Nimble has a lot of features, but it's a contact database at its heart. So from this side panel, you can easily select if you want to see all contacts, just people, just companies, recently added contacts, recently viewed contacts, people you set up stay in touch reminders for, as well as your removed contacts, which the account admin can set how many days they allow the deleted contacts to stay in this folder. So you can also drill in on the individual contact record. So from here, you can see all the basic information about a person is at the top of the contact record. like their name, picture, their title, the company they work for. There would also sometimes be a short bio and more. So it's very easy to log notes from here, log any past activities, schedule future activities, including the custom activities that your admin can create in the settings. You can also send templated and tracked emails and create a deal. You can also review, edit, and create new tags right here, as well as using the data fields to help qualify your leads. So that would be rating, status, source, type, and owner. And the individual fields can be customized in settings under data fields. So you could just go here, data fields, and then you can edit your data fields. So back to the contact record. On the right-hand side of the contact record under interactions, you'll see the entire history of the interactions you've had with this person, including all notes, emails, Twitter messages, deals, and any activities. You can also use the individual tabs, as the main interactions tab might become a bit overwhelming as your relationships with your customers grows. So under the activities tab, you can also use the drop-down menu to select the specific activity that you want to filter on. So that would be tasks, calls, events, and then any custom activities that you made. The messages tab will show you all the emails you and your team have exchanged with your prospects and customers, and your Twitter interactions would also show up here if you have any. I personally don't. Notes are searchable. So once you have several notes, you can easily find the one you're looking for by searching for keywords. So if I add a note to this, add related contacts, and then it would show up here, and then you would be able to search it. So the deals tab will give you an overview of all deals associated with this contact record. And next to the interactions tab, you can see the data fields tab, in which you can create up to 5 custom tabs, and under each of them up to 200 individual custom fields. All of these fields can be segmented on, so it's ideal to use any specific information you'd like to keep about your prospects and customers. And again, data fields can be configured from the settings and data field screen that we were just on. So you and your team members can also upload files to contact records from OneDrive, Google Drive, and Dropbox from this screen. And then when you go back to the main contacts page, you can use the Nimble Segmentation feature, which is really handy for doing mass action. So you can launch the segmentation feature by either clicking the segment search button or the add segment button here. The search engine in Nimble allows you to search across many data fields to help you organize your contacts into lists. So once you've organized your contacts into lists, you can take bulk actions such as sending group messages and setting follow-up tasks. So as an example, let's just use these fields. So last contacted by me in the last 30 days. And then you can toggle the and or if you would like. And then email is not empty. Okay. So once you have your search, you can take several actions by clicking this button. Like you can mark the entire list as important. You can set a stay in touch reminder, and you can select the interval that you'd like to make the reminder for. You can apply a tag, and you can also merge duplicates. This is grayed out because you can only merge 5 contacts at a time, and I have the whole list marked right now. You can also bulk delete contacts if you're the account admin or have permission to do so. You can export to a CSV or to MailChimp or to vCard. And you can also send a group message. So Nimble allows you to send targeted email messages to 100, 200, or 300 contacts per day. This is a great way to send targeted sales outreach or marketing messages to lists of your contacts. And the most common question we get about the group messaging feature is if it could replace a marketing automation system. And the simple answer for that is no. Our group messaging was designed to be used in conjunction with our segmentation feature and to allow you to send targeted email outreaches. The biggest advantage of using Nimble's group messaging is that the messages are being sent over your own personal email address, so they will appear as if they were sent from you and not from a marketing system. So when composing emails in the group messaging window, you have the option to use merge tags. So if you click on the first name merge tag and then add a little more, Nimble will automatically grab the first names of everybody on your outreach list, and it would help you personalize your message a little bit. You can also attach files and use our formatting options to further customize your email. And you can also set up your email signature by going to settings and email settings and either creating a new one or copy and pasting your existing signature. So once you create your email, you have the option to save it as a template right here. Or you can also select an existing template here. Templates are shareable, so you can easily create them with share them with your team. Before you send your outreach, you can also send yourself a test message to make sure that everything looks good, that there are no typos in the message, and that any links you may have added actually work. And then after you've sent your message, you can review the insights on the clicks and the opens by going back to the list. In the report, you can see how many people have interacted with your message. You will see how many people opened your message, how many of them clicked on the links you included, and how many people have not opened your message yet. You can then use these insights to follow up with people that open more than once or twice and send them another possibly templated message. So let's move on to the Activities tab. This is the activity listing view. So this provides you with a comprehensive table of scheduled and completed activities. The table columns can be configured to quickly see which data is important to you. So you could just drag and drop them in the order that you want. You can pin columns, and you can also restore default settings if you wanted to. And also activities can be exported from here. So you'll be able to select the team members for whom you'd like to create the report for on the left side right here. So you can see that I can select just my own or both of ours. And you can also select the time frame on the right-hand side of the screen right here. And then you can configure the table to only focus on specific fields. And then to export, again, you'd go right here. And then let's move to the Deals tab. So you can use the Deals feature to manage sales opportunities, marketing projects, regular projects, renewals, and more. Nimble allows you to create as many pipelines as you need, and the account owner can delegate permissions to different users to be able to configure or create the pipelines. So to create a new pipeline or to edit an existing one, you would go to the Customize Pipeline section, and then to create a brand new one, you would click the Add Pipeline button. And you would name it, and then you would click into it, and then you would be able to add the number of stages and name them. The number of stages completely depends on your sales process, and then once you have multiple stages set up, you can drag and drop them if you need to change the order of them, rename them, and more. You can also set the number of days you allow each deal to be in each stage, and then when we go back to the main tab view, you can select to see the list of your deals in a pipeline or a list. So to create a new deal, you would select New Deal in the top left-hand corner. From there, you can name the deal, relate the deal to multiple contacts and companies, add the valued amount of the deal, schedule an expected close date, project the probability of closing, and choose the beginning stages of your deal. You can also export your deals from Nimble. So to do that, you would just click the Export button, and then you'll be able to choose which deals you would like to export. So all, active, won, or lost. You can also export lists based on the deals owned by specific team members. Which brings us to the Reports tab. So Nimble enables you to build reports for specific pipelines for your team as a whole or by individual user during any time period you select. So you can choose from one of our preset time periods or use the calendars towards the top of the page to set your own. So right here. And the dashboard here is where you can view yourself and your team members' deal progress at a glance. The forecasted deals section shows you all your future deal outlooks. You can sort by 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, or specific time intervals. The Deals History tab is where you can view any historic deal results sorting by time intervals. So we covered all of the main features in Nimble. So let's take a look at how you can use the Nimble Prospector browser extension that we had mentioned earlier. So again, Nimble Prospector is a browser extension that is available on Firefox, Chrome, Edge, and soon again on Safari. It works on any website, on any third-party cloud-based application, and on any social media platform. So let's go to LinkedIn. So Nimble Prospector will allow you to create new records and update existing ones straight from LinkedIn. You can simply hover over any hyperlinked name. So let's go here. And you can also highlight the name when you go onto their profile. But once you can also add the contact here and see their smart summary. Okay, so let's go to an individual. So from here, you would just highlight as well. You can also use the Prospector on a company website. So let's go to Microsoft and pull it up. So when you open it on a company site, it will either bring up an existing contact record or automatically create a new one for you. You can also use the extension in the About Us section where prospecting to help you add people's information to your Nimble database. So I know that we have an About Us section, or a team page rather. So you would just hover over person's name and it pulls up their contact record. So let's take a look at how this works in Outlook, since a lot of you are using Office 365. So after you install the Nimble Outlook add-in, you'll be able to just click on the Nimble icon here, and it would bring up the Nimble app. So if you open it up on an email from a person that you already have an existing contact record for in Nimble, you'll be able to update the record as well as to do the following, which would be to mark the contact as important, set up a stay in touch reminder, create notes, tasks, deals, and more, and see interaction history, and you wouldn't even have to leave your inbox. So the Nimble Outlook add-in is also available for the web version of Outlook. The UI is slightly different, so instead of being able to just click on the Nimble icon, you would have to click on the 3 dots of an email, scroll down to the menu, and then select the Nimble add-in. So if you're using Gmail or if you're using Chrome and already installed the Nimble Prospector browser extension, the Gmail extension will also automatically appear in your Gmail, and you'll be able to do everything we already covered. So that basically covers everything I wanted to talk to about the Nimble app as well as Nimble Prospector. So before we dive into questions, I wanted to just let everyone know that we have a special offer for new users. If you sign up today, you get 30 days of Nimble for free. And if you're already in trial, you can also reach out to care@nimble.com and we will gladly extend your trial for you. So I have my colleague Sergey on the line to help me answer questions. So hello, Sergey.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. So Zoran's asking, do you have experience if the plugin works for Outlook for Mac 365? I can't get a plugin in my Outlook.
So plugin should work if you have a button of Get Add-ins. You should see a plugin and you should be able to search for Nimble and install your plugin. There is a caveat for what inboxes it will show up for. So the Microsoft right now supports only Office 365 or Gmail inboxes. So if you have some other provider or some legacy or like specific company-specific inbox for Microsoft, then they don't support add-ins right now.
Okay. Oh, and before we get into any more questions, I'm just going to make you a presenter now, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kurt is asking, can you name your deals?
Okay, so yeah. So yeah, like if you create a new deal, there is a name for the deal, and you enter any name you need, and you can assign it to any person, company, or any other contact in Nimble database.
Okay, so Zoran's asking, I saw LinkedIn messages. Can you explain? I think he's talking about the custom activity types.
Probably, yes. I think you have a custom activity type in your account with LinkedIn messages. So the idea behind that is like if you want to capture something that is not supported by Nimble, like for example, LinkedIn messages, you want to copy paste them from LinkedIn into your database. It's handy to create a custom activity and just store it as a custom activity, and it will help you update your last contacted date if you set it up. So when you go in your account and then you go into activities, so when you create a custom activity, there is a flag that sets if it should update a custom last contacted date. So this is a good way for you to bring some of your LinkedIn messages into Nimble when you need them.
Kurt is asking, it appears that deals are a single order dollar amount. Can you schedule an opportunity deal for a year or 2 years?
Yes, so for now it's only like one-time deal. We are planning a redesign of deals, and the current deals will be part of that redesign. So should come in the next couple of months.
Mo is asking, what about grouping and subgrouping the contact? Also, what is the limitation on the number of groups we can make?
Like there are two ways of grouping contacts that you can do. So first one is to assign some tags for contacts. This will allow you to select some group of people you want to, like it's static group of people. So everyone that has that tag assigned will be part of that group. So like for example, if we select this group, then it will just have this set of people. And if you assign this tag to any other contact, they will automatically appear. You can mix and match tags. So this is like can be a way for you to subgroup a contact. You can have some general tag of like, let's say, sales lead, and then you can have a tag of like a hot, new, or something like that, where you will just select two tags and have like subgroup of this contacts. And then, as Megan showed earlier in the webinar, with using segment search and add segment, you can select, build a group of dynamic group of contacts that will be based on the criteria that you select in your search. So here you can select to search by any field in your Nimble database, including custom fields. And you can create multiple groups of filters, so you can like select build and or queries of like whatever complexity you need. So this is a way for you to create a dynamic group. So anytime your contact matches this dynamic set of criteria, it will appear as part of your segment. And once you create a group and you like it, you can always go and select, like save it as your segment. And you can see that this is a group that goes about lead types. So it has lead status lead. So if we go back and like to any contact and make it a lead, and go back to our leads group, you will see that this contact automatically appeared as part of this group.
Okay. Ian Or Jim is asking, can you work in liters rather than pounds or dollars as the unit used?
So we treat currencies as just a number. We don't do any conversions, but you can change your currency to any currency in the world using my account and currency setting. So this will be a global setting for your account, and everyone will be seeing a different currency sign in reports and in deals everywhere it appears.
Ian's asking, how do we stop Nimble from going to sleep?
So you don't have a way right now. So like after about half an hour or something, we just send Nimble to sleep, so we don't maintain connection between our server and your client if you don't use it. But just clicking a wake up, just will bring your session back. It's one click away.
Jim is asking, can you get data from VPN connected company 365?
So if you have a public, your admin for your company allows you to use OAuth API, and it will connect using our Office connection, then you should be able to bring the data in. If you don't have that opportunity for various security reasons, then you can always go to network and imports and use either CSV or vCard import in order for you to export data from your system and bring the data into Nimble.
On that note, I think he's asking if there's any restrictions to that.
Yeah, I don't think that it's only the policy of the company. So many companies have data secured by VPN, and if we don't allow inside, then we don't have any way to import data automatically.
Ian's asking, if we add an event to Outlook Calendar, does it have to contact the client? As an example, if we want to make an event to make a follow-up call, we don't want the client to know this.
So if you create an event inside a Nimble calendar, so when you create an activity and select an event here, you have a selector of calendar. So you have Nimble calendar as a default. And then it will be name of your calendar and your provider in here for external calendars. So if you create it inside Nimble calendar, then it will not appear and will not send an invite for anyone outside. And you can use that as a way for you to create a follow-up.
Ian is asking, why are companies being added when we add a person?
So in order for us to have a list of employees for the company, we create a company. The first time, like if we don't see existing company, we'll create a company and we'll link all the employees from that company's to this. If you next time you create, it will not create a new contact. It will just link to existing company. So this is just a way for us to maintain company records and make it easier to manage multiple employees in the same company.
And is also asking, why do notes show up under contacts but not under deals? Are these notes not linked?
So yeah, right now you have notes only for the contacts. When we update our deals tab, you'll be able to have notes on deals as well. So yeah, like if you want to do a note on deal right now, you can still do it using our log note functionality, but it will be only related to the deal and will not pull notes from the contacts attached to deal.
Okay, so it looks like we don't have any more questions, but I'm gonna give it spoke too soon. Mo is asking, is this CRM can really serve the real estate business, i.e. transaction, lead nurturing, and follow-up marketing with drip email and text and more, or is it designed as a general CRM for business or personal use?
So at the moment, we don't have like a CRM template. It's more like a general. Of course, you can configure it to service real estate needs. the biggest limitation for now will be we don't have like a way for you to create inventory for your different real estate deals that you have. Like if you have some houses or apartments for rent. This is right now a limitation, but we are planning to introduce more templates, and real estate one of the top priorities for us. So this will come like in the next quarter or two.
Martin's asking, similar question, how do we sell B2C? We sell electric cars to private individuals.
So again, I guess this question goes into inventory questions. Like you want to have people like mark your inventory to people you want to sell it to. So it's easy for you to import leads using any of our Python connectors or our external integrations. And then you can use tags and some nodes to set up a process around selling your cars. So we can use a tag for any inventory car you have. This would be my best advice for now. But inventory is in our roadmap, and we'll get there eventually.
Okay, so billing once, billing twice. Cindy's asking, are there any limitations? But I think that might need some clarification.
So there are some limits to your account. You can see your account usage in your billing tab. So my account is unlimited, but for our default plans, there are some limits that you can see on our pricing page on the website. And all of the limits, if you hit them, can be extended. And this is a way for you to increase it if you have a heavy user and you don't fit the basic plan limits.
Cindy followed up on and said on using the phone app.
Oh no, so any plans that we, like any active user can use a phone app that we have in both Android and iOS stores.
So I think that, oh, nope. I'm just going to stop saying we don't have any more questions because they keep coming in. Does your platform offer an auto dialer phone function?
No, out of the box, we don't have auto dialer or phone function. So we have some plans to investigate that, but it's not in the near-term future. So yeah, you will have to use some third-party integration, and a lot of them have browser plugins that will embed UI inside Nimble. Pretty much everywhere where they encounter a phone. And so we don't have it out of the box, but third-party companies can do it.
Martin is asking, we use Outlook 365 and have Android phones. Should we link both accounts or will we get multiple contacts?
So no, like when you import your contacts, it will merge them by email, or if you want, you can also select an option to merge contacts by name. Like it won't create duplicates. You just use the same account, use the same login across all the platforms, and it will just work.
Spencer is clarifying that you said that there's an app extension to Nimble that allows for dialing out. I guess he couldn't hear you.
So there are some apps I don't have on top of my head, but you can follow up with our customer care team, and they will reply you with the options.
Okay, so is that really it, or is there going to be more questions coming in? I think that's it, actually. So thank you, Sergey, for helping answer the questions.
And there's one more.
Is there?
Yeah. So we have a phone number, not an email. So there is a special phone field in Nimble. So it's right here. And then in data fields, it's here. So you can inline edit it either from here, or you can go and edit it even from the contact list. It's very easy to do, and you can easily save your phones there.
So I think that's it. So again, thank you everybody for joining. And if you're in trial or looking to sign up for Nimble, please take advantage of the promotion, the 30-day trial. And again, if you're already in trial, then you can reach out to care@nimble.com and we'll extend it for you. And please feel free to sign up for any of the webinars that fit in your schedule. Again, we won't be doing one next week, but we will be back on the 14th of October. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.